Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Nikku Sharma. I'm a Toronto realtor. I've been a realtor for over a decade now. And today I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of being a first-time home buyer. What do you have access to? So let's get into what qualifies you as a first-time home buyer. So one is you have to be 18 years or older. Second, you're a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident. You are planning on personally occupying the home that you're going to buy. You cannot be occupying any other home as your primary residence. If you're renting, this new home becomes your primary residence. And you must not have owned a home previously. And if you're buying with a partner, that partner would not have also owned a home previously. So that is what qualifies you as a first-time buyer. Now, what advantages do you have as a first-time home buyer? So the most known one is obviously having the first-time home buyers RSP rebates. And you can pull up to $35,000 depending on the contributions you've made and how much you have available to you for your down payment towards the home that you are buying. Now, the way that the RSP works is that you would pull that out, you have it sitting in your account for 90 days prior to closing. You pull it out, you put it towards your down payment. Now there is a repayment. It kicks in the second year after you have pulled out this $35,000 or up to $35,000 for your down payment. And the way you repay it is back into the account 1/15 every year. So let's say you pull out X amount and starting the second year, your repayment ends up being $1,500 a year for the next 15 years to get to that number that you pulled out. That $1,500 every year by February, you have to put back into your RSP. If you do not, then that becomes income and you will be taxed on it. When you pull out your RSPs just for the down payment, at that time, those do not get taxed, okay? So it's when you don't make your payment that you have to, the 1/15 of whatever that amount is that you took out in total, when you don't make that payment, then it becomes income and you are taxed on it in addition to your income. So let's say you make $100,000, now your income would be $101,500, okay? So that is your RSP. Next, you have the land transfer tax rebate, okay? So land transfer tax is a closing cost that you have no matter what property you're buying in Toronto. And in Toronto specifically, you have a provincial rebate as well as a municipal rebate. So the total rebate that you have available to you is $8,475,000. So depending on what you're buying, whether it's $500,000 purchase price or $1 million purchase price or $2 million, whatever that number is, there is a different calculation for each one as to what your total land transfer tax would be. If you're buying outside of Toronto, let's say in Mississauga or Durham region, you have one land transfer tax that you pay, and that's the provincial land transfer tax, and you have a rebate of $4,000 that you are entitled to on that portion of the land transfer. But in the city, because it's two land transfer tax, your total is $8,475 that you are eligible for, depending on your purchase price. Okay, so that's land transfer tax. Again, you must occupy this new home as your principal residence. That is mandatory when you are pulling on this rebate, and you will be disclosing this to your lawyer and your mortgage broker. As long as it's your principal residence, you are able to get that rebate. If it is not your principal residence, let's say it's an investment property, you will not be able to qualify for the land transfer tax. So hence, first-time home buyer for principal property. Okay. Then now we have the new FHSA, the First Home Savings Account, that you can also utilize. Now this is great because you are able to put $8,000 a year into this account, and then when you're ready to purchase, you can pull up to $40,000. So it means that $8,000 every year for 5 consecutive years. You don't pay income tax on that $8,000. When you pull it out, you use it towards your down payment, and that is good. If you pull it out and you use it for anything else, that's when it becomes income, and therefore you have to pay income taxes on it. One of the other benefits of the first home savings account, and I guess it's the larger benefit, is that every year that you contribute $8,000, that $8,000 does not count towards your income. So if you make $100,000, now your income is $92,000 that you're reporting and paying taxes on versus $100,000. So you save, that little bit of income tax over the course of 5 years. Add up 8,000, that's $40,000 off your income. So you do save quite a bit in income taxes that way. But again, you are using this for your first time home, right? In order to pull. So that is qualifying factor. It has to be occupied as your primary residence again. So only for your own property. Okay, so there's that benefit that you have. And that's a great advantage if you are thinking about purchasing down the line. This is a great account that you should start contributing to right away. Because even if it's a couple years, $16,000, whatever that amount, even a little bit will go a long way. Now, another thing that tons of first-time home buyers can take advantage of if you have the ability is gifted funds. So if you are getting funds from your parents, from your mom, from your dad, immediate family members like brothers, sisters, they are completely non-taxable. They go directly towards your down payment. So those funds go, they're gifted, so there's a letter that comes with them directly to the lender. Those funds, when gifted from your family member, need to sit in your bank account for at least 15 days prior to closing. So, a couple weeks before, you transfer the funds from your family member to your bank account and then use them for closing. Like I said, they're not taxed at all, and there's no limit to the amount of money that can be gifted from your immediate family member. Now, there is, let's say that you have an aunt or an uncle that wants to, help you in your first home. There are options for them to help. It's just that those funds they have to be proven that they are just gifts. And if you can't, and that each lender will have their own specific requirements as to how you go about proving that those funds are a gift and not a loan. So as long as you follow those and make sure that your T's are crossed and I's are dotted, then you should be fine. That is all the benefits that you have as a first-time home buyer, and please take advantage, because you never know when you're going to be ready, and if you're not ready now, that's okay. This is the time to save and start contributing to these avenues to help support you when you're ready to go. Hope you enjoyed this information. Hope it was helpful for you. If you did enjoy it and did like it, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions that I can help answer, do not hesitate to contact me and come back for more content.